Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Financial Survival brought to you by Discount Gold and Silver. For all your gold and silver coin needs at 1-800-375-4188. I'm Alfred Addisk. I'm sitting in for Melody Cedarstrom, who is taking a vacation. Our guest, of course, today will be Mr. Bob Chapman, world-famous economist and editor and publisher of the International Forecaster. Before we get to Bob, we'll give you a little insight into what's happening on the market. Gold is up $4.50 to $931.30 per ounce. Silver's up 4 cents to $13.90. Platinum is down $1 to $1,168. Palladium is flat at $239. Dow Jones is down 44 to 8,278. NASDAQ is up 24.66 to 1,789. New York Stock Exchange up 29 to 5,789. The U.S. dollar is up 0.66 to 80.56. And crude oil is down 72 cents to $68.52 per barrel. Bob, what is new and exciting about the market today? Anything? Any lessons?
Well, I noticed that we had a reversal today in the Dow, and it wasn't unexpected. The technicals weren't there. And, you know, earlier in the week, we saw the Working Group in Financial Markets in the market on Monday, and but still they weren't able to hold the market. They were up 200, and then Tuesday it was up 16, and now it's up 40 something. They can't hold the market up, and it must be about 8,300 on the Dow. And I think we're going to 7,800 fairly quickly here. I thought it was significant that we had another good day in gold. We lost 13 on Monday. We gained 530 on Tuesday, and we gained 5 something today. So you've had a reversal of Monday's normally rigged market. And that's very good, especially technically. And so gold and silver are looking fine. I know the shares are up today, but I haven't seen the closes yet. The shares were up very strongly yesterday. Those professionals who trade them obviously think that by following on today in the plus column with the producers, they think that the correction perhaps is over. That's why they're betting to the long side of the market. And so for gold and silver, it's very good. Did you give the USDX what the dollar's in?
Yeah, it's up 0.66 to 80.56 for the day.
Well, I'll tell you, that thing is just like a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never seen anything like this, you know, up and down each other day, almost the same amount. You know, I can't help but think there's some real strong, heavy manipulation every other day in that thing. But they're not going to hold it up. They can't.
It sounds like there are powerful forces and antagonistic forces at work. And one of them is trying to pull it down, and the other one is yanking it back up, and then they pull it back down. And it's hard to say who's going to win this, but the truth of the matter is I think everyone knows how this is going to work out. It's just a question of how long can the inevitable be resisted. That's the big question.
Well, one of the things I noticed yesterday, that Goldman Sachs had made a big bet that interest rates were going to move back down again. And in order for that to happen, the Fed would have to go in and buy an awful lot of 10-year notes, because that's the one that's the most important in all of those bills, notes, and bonds. And it closed at 365 yesterday, the yield, and I didn't see it today. But they're looking for probably, I would guess, 325. But I don't know that they're going to get it there because there's a lot of resistance at 3.50%. We'll have to wait and see. But the interest rate staying higher puts pressure on the dollar to the downside and pressure on gold and silver to the upside. And so you're watching this continual titanic struggle between the free marketeers who are in there doing what they're doing and the government trying to control things. I cringe to think at the horrible, horrible losses that have been sustained by the United States government and the Fed in these markets. And, of course, the American taxpayer ends up paying all that. And, you know, it's just like, well, it's just ridiculous. And you know, to be fighting your own government no matter what market you're in, they just shouldn't be in there. But they are. And that's part of what we got to stop. That's why we got to try to get rid of the Fed and also and it's going to be interesting to see if the Democratic leadership allows that 1207, which is the bill that Ron Paul has in the House, out of committee. I don't really see how they can stop it with 258 sponsors, and it may be even more now because I haven't checked it for a couple of days. And I don't think that the administration really wants to shove this thing too far, and I'll tell you why. First of all, we have the scandal regarding Gerald Walpin, which is called Walpingate, and he was the investigator general who was fired because he caught the university in New York City, CCNY, shortchanging the government for $75 million. And he also caught Kevin Johnson, mayor of Sacramento, former NBA basketball player, stealing, misappropriating, whatever you want to call it, $800,000 or $900,000. And now, after this has been brought up by Senators Grassley, and he sent a steaming letter to the president asking for explanation. And now Joe Lieberman from Connecticut doesn't want to investigate what went on with the firing of Walpin. And the White House said that Walton, they insinuated that he was Alzheimer'd or, was wandering around, didn't know where he was. And I understand that a whole bunch of attorneys and others sent letters in saying this guy's sharp as a tack. That attack is wrong and unfair, and it's not true.
It's not only wrong and unfair. It's my understanding that Obama was at least a co-sponsor, certainly a supporter of a bill that was, if I understand correctly, that had
he co-sponsored it.
And he was the senator. Yeah, that says, listen, we can't be bouncing these people out. These inspectors that are doing their job properly, it's not proper to fire them and dismiss them when they are uncovering criminal or misfeasance, malfeasance, whatever. And here he goes. He's in office now 6 months or thereabouts, and violating a law that he violating a law he sponsored. Can you hear me, Bob? Well, I'm not sure what happened here, but If you can hear me, Bob, jump back in. And if you can't, then I guess I'm going to have to continue on my own. Appears we have temporarily lost Mr. Chapman. And as soon as he returns... Yeah, I can hear something faint in the background. I'm not sure if the audience can hear you, Bob. Can you hear me? Hello?
No, this is the board out trying to check for Bob.
Okay.
Carry on.
All right. Carry on. Aye. All right. We've got a search party out looking for Bob right now. In the meantime, I'll open up an idea.